make the product have an advantage in the market, from 2011, Director Liang introduced the CO2 air thermal energy heat pump water heater from the Japanese company Atomic, greatly advancing the heat pump water heater market and winning distribution rights for the Asia-Pacific region, excluding Japan and Korea, bringing a warm current to the new product.
Carbon dioxide heat pumps can enable your machinery to continue heating during winter, especially in cold regions that reach temperatures of -30 degrees. And they are still quite energy efficient. This technology required the help of our school, especially its more advanced designs, materials, and control technology. We cooperated on those parts. Now we are still pursuing this direction. Carbon dioxide heat pumps will be the most important technology, especially in cold regions or during winter. It's extremely important.
The coolant used by conventional high-temperature heat pump water heaters is a kind of chlorofluorocarbon that damages the ozone layer. It has serious environmental impacts. CO2 heat pump water heaters use a natural carbon dioxide coolant to create hot water. When CO2 is compressed, its temperature increases. Drawing thermal energy from the air can heat water to temperatures of up to 90 degrees Celsius. The process requires no burning, does not emit smoke, and uses little electricity. This equipment is both eco-friendly and highly efficient and will be the future consumer trend. In addition to commercial use, the company manufactured water heaters are also well suited to home use. Taking Taiwan as an example, in central Taiwan where sunlight is ample, using solar-powered water heaters or heat pump heaters are quite inexpensive. In the north, where daily sunlight exposure averages around 3 hours, and in buildings that sunlight does not reach, heat pump water heaters may prove useful. And they can be customized to meet the needs of different households. They can be automatic, constant temperature, set to a timer, and power saving. Within about 2 to 3 years, a family can earn back in savings this equipment's installation fees. And a heat pump water heater can be used for 10 or more years. It saves money and it's durable. It has been highly commended by customers. This married couple from Elon is showing great interest in the heat pump water heater, but also share the same doubts of regular consumers.
I'm from Elon. There are no gas lines in Elon. We all use gas tanks. The bad thing about gas tanks is when they are half empty, many of them will not have gas. It will all turn into cold water. It's a lot of trouble.
Using gas tanks can be dangerous. You might worry about being poisoned, something like that. The principles of heat production through a heat pump are not really complicated. Many large factories have perfected this equipment. Although, only by having an advantageous response model and good after-sales service will we clear a space in the industry.
Our patents contain several items, especially non-fouling patents. Our non-fouling principles are that the water we use does not directly contact the copper piping. The copper piping pumps the heat into our heat medium water. Then, the water we will use passes through the heat medium water and absorbs the heat at an efficiency of 80 to 90%. That is unlike typical water heaters, which mix water. Not only does ours not mix water, this problem is completely eliminated. We eliminated these problems, so this kind of patent can not only achieve higher water temperatures, but can save a lot of energy.
Whether or not the businessman is giving an exaggerated description, nothing will prove the point as effectively as the results of factory use. Because numbers can talk and they don't lie. Next, let's take a look at the results of industrial use. The dyeing and finishing industry traditionally uses large volumes of water. Saving energy and making use of hot water and steam are two key points of profitable factory operation. Factories in the past had to burn heavy oil to heat water into steam before dyeing or finishing textiles. Monthly oil expenses caused production costs to continually increase. After switching to CO2 heat pump water heaters, the CO2 heat pump water heaters could provide water that was up to 90 degrees, which was then heated into steam using a heavy oil boiler. This significantly cut energy expenses.
Before our company switched to CO2 heat pumps, we had to buy a lot of heavy oil every month. Since installing the CO2 heat pump, the water can be preheated, pumped into the boiler, and turned into steam that we can use in production. We can achieve a highly eco-friendly concept and result.
Since the dyeing and finishing factories installed the CO2 heat pump water heater, the results of energy savings have begun to emerge. The chart below is a comparison of total oil and electricity costs for 2014 and August-November 2015. In November 2015, the factory saved 615,618 NT in oil and electricity costs. That is an electrical savings of 46%. I believe that soon the business will earn back the installation costs and savings. Lowered costs are really the most direct way to increase profits. Taiwan guest houses are very unique, especially the high mountain guest houses that are much loved by travelers. The guest house industry requires a lot of water. At night, when the temperature in the mountains drops, guests use a lot of water. If halfway through a bath the hot water turns cold, that completely spoils the scenery and ruins the guest's impression of the guest house.
In the beginning, we used a boiler. Boilers are pretty loud, and another thing is they pollute. There is a lot of smoke and a bad smell, and they really aren't very efficient. After using this heat pump water heater, we have saved 30 to 40% in energy costs, and the environmental issues are solved, including the noise and pollution. The efficiency has also improved because during winter, temperatures might drop to below zero or around 4 to 5 degrees. The heat pump has increased overall hot water efficiency. When we were using a boiler, the water could heat to around 50 degrees. This water heater can heat the water to 70 or 80 degrees. Of course, it doesn't need to be that hot. Temperatures that high might burn you. We are very pleased overall with this equipment. We basically have no regrets.
In addition to the product's rave reviews, the after-sales service and maintenance, and the core values of Director Liang's enterprise, the product includes a lifetime guarantee. No matter how far away the customer's location or how complex the problem is, or even if the product is a counterfeit, we will assume full responsibility for the product. We are willing to absorb the service costs no matter how immense. In recent years, service stations have spread throughout Taiwan to provide better after-sales service and maintenance. This is why when the Japanese Atomic Group came to Taiwan in search of a suitable business partner, the reliance of Director Liang's enterprise on comprehensive after-sales service won partnership with Atomic.
The main issue most users face is after-sales service. A product's reliability is the most important consideration. But if you purchase a reliable product and you don't have a good sales team, even if you offer the best product, and then later, if there are parts that cannot be fixed, that may become a major issue. Speaking for Taiwan, we are in the farthest, highest places, even on top of Qingjing Mountain. We have special service stations in Yilan, Hualien, and Taidong. Currently, we have branches in both Taiwan and China. Our heat pumps are sold through dealers. That is our most complete, well-equipped industry. Soon. At most, all of the maintenance workers head out, and then we work hard to schedule them because this is a workplace. So they come at night? Not many people call at night, but if they do, we will send someone first thing in the morning. This makes costs very high. Costs are very high.